Afternoon. How you guys doing? It's I think the 18th of July today, and got a day off. So I'm at the garden doing a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna release another video. You guys will see what I did today. But I figured since it's such a nice day and I'm not in a huge rush to get out of here, I'd do a little walk and talk through the garden with you guys and show you what things are looking like. We've had a lot of rain, a lot of sun, and a lot of heat, and the garden is loving it. So the dwarf curly kale is growing really nice. I'm gonna pick some of that and bring it home. Look at these dill plants. Look, they're so big that they've fallen over. Look how big the stems are. Just jamming. And they're beautiful too. So we're gonna be making a bunch of dill pickles out of that. And we've got the rhubarb Swiss chard. That's going. The bugs are eating some of it, but you know, I gotta share a little bit. We've got curly parsley and the flat leaf parsley. They're doing good. I just finished trimming. So this is Genovese basil here. I just finished trimming all the flowers off. I missed a couple. You can see there. I missed a couple, but I'll come back and get those. And the Thai basil is doing nice. I just cut all the flowers off that, and I'm going to make vinegar with it. Here's a rosemary, and I'm pretty excited because I have never been able to actually grow rosemary before. So I grew some last year, but it was only tiny, and when I was weeding, it accidentally got ripped out of the ground. Here's our cilantro. So when I make some Thai food, I'm gonna come back, pick that. We have, here's our green onions, bunching onions. And then we've got our regular onions up here. I finally got this thing weeded. You guys would not believe how bad the weeds were. So I've lost a lot of onions. So as an example, the onions were planted in rows. There was about 6 onions per row. And look there's 1 onion left in that row. There's 1 onion left in that row. There's 2 onions left in that row. You know, 3 here. So we have Walla Walla onions right here. We have red Wetterlings over here. The carrots are coming along great. They're nice, they're healthy. I gotta get in and I gotta thin these. So that's our carrots. And then we've got our next group of onions up in here. And they're doing okay. They were a little behind schedule because they were super shocked by the heat when I first planted them. Here's our next bed of carrots. And you guys can see they're nowhere near as thick as the other group of carrots. And then here's the pepper plants. And they're doing awesome. We've got big fat peppers growing in here. Lots of peppers. So, and this geotextile is making it so much easier. Look at that, gorgeous. So we've got a bunch of flowers, and the geotextile has stopped all the weeds. So I do have to weed just around the bottoms of the plants, but other than that, making my life a heck of a lot easier. In here, we have jalapenos. Everything is just taken off. I'm a little behind schedule for where I wanted to be, but everything has kind of been planted late and planted in cycles. And these yellow peppers that you see, these are my Alma paprika peppers, and there is no shortage of those. So they will turn like candy apple red when they're ripe. And we've got the tomato plants. So I'm wearing my steel-toed boots. I'm about 6 feet tall with my boots on. And these tomatoes right here are about 5 feet tall, so they're all right. And I gotta come through here because something's going on with my tomato leaves. See? So I gotta figure out if this is a disease or if this is a nutrient deficiency. So I'm going to take one of those leaves home with me, and I'm going to get on Google, and I'm going to see what Google says. See? Lots of curling leaves. Tomatoes get all kinds of diseases, right? And actually, you know what I'll do? I'll just take a picture before I leave. And then if I find out it's a disease, then I guess I'll have to come through and thin everything out. Look at this. How pretty is that? It's almost like what you'd see at the grocery store. You know, $10 a pound. And then these, look at the color of those. They're called Midnight Happiness, I think, or something. And this is my poor cabbage. Look at this poor, where's the sun? Come on, get out of the way. This is my cabbage. It's it's not doing well at all. It's not even making a head. So if I don't see any productivity on that cabbage in a week or two, I'm just gonna pull it, and something is eating the hell out of it. And because I can't get here at night and come and figure out what pests are doing this, I'm kind of in trouble. See, and there's my, oh, see, look at that. This is the thing with zucchini. You gotta get in here and look, because I didn't even know I had zucchini in here. There, look at that. 2 more to take home. Bonus. So that's dark green zucchini. And then these are 2 golden zucchini I planted late. And this is grass. We don't even need that. Out of here. This bed is empty because I'm going to plant in it later on. Here's the spring onions that I started at home in the greenhouse. Here's leeks. I got to weed these leeks a little bit because the grass is starting to take over, but the leeks are coming along good. And we've got, these are the Romas and San Marzanos. Finally starting to grow straight since I restrung the trellis netting here. Put that T-post in. You guys should check out that video. But they're not nearly as tall as they normally are. So I don't know what's going on here. But they're growing and they're putting out fruit. So that's what's important. Over here, we have purple, yellow, and green bush beans. And they're starting to set flowers. Right? They're pretty little flowers. So with these, I'll be making dilly beans, because dilly beans are delicious. And up on this trellis here, I mean, you can see, look at, they've shot right over the top of the trellis. See? They're like crossing the path, so I'll have to rewind those back through. So these green and yellow pole beans, they're Kentucky Wonder pole beans, and Blue Lake, they are going to be for canning purposes. I'm just going to can them as it is. Here is the disaster of a cucamelon plant. There's only 5 plants in here, but look how thick this is. It's a jungle. And what happens is they put out these little tendrils, and then they grab onto the other plant, and then they pull it down. See, look at this plant has grabbed onto this plant and it's pulling it down. This plant has grabbed onto this plant and it's pulling it down. This plant has grabbed onto this plant and it's pulling it down. So these are hard to manage. So you have to keep pulling them up and tying them up. And then once they finally get up and they can start to spread out, it's not so bad. The cucumbers are really taking off though. I've been tying them up, haven't fed them yet. Everything's going to get fertilized maybe later on this week if I come back. I've got, I don't know, 30 plants, I think, or something. I forgot. I've got 4 varieties. I've got 2 pickling varieties, so small ones, about, 4 or 5 inches long, and then 2 full-size slicer varieties. We're doing National Pickling Cukes, Wisconsin Cukes, or Wisconsin Pickling Cukes, straight 8s and Ashleys. Here is the potato patch, and it was growing really good until the Colorado potato beetle showed up, and it's doing this. Look at that. It's just eating my plants right down to stems. So I filmed a video this morning of me treating these. I'll release that before I release the footage of this. So we have russets and Yukon Golds in the large patch, and then in the smaller patch we have purple and red fingerling potatoes. See, this is what the Colorado potato beetle larva looks like. So that's the larva. They're soft and squishy. They feel like a little gummy bear. And then the adult looks like a round beetle with I think it's 10 stripes on its back. So you can just see like they're everywhere. Oh, there's a critter in my garden. It just squeaked at me. And then here's my beets. They're coming along okay. Not as many seeds germinated as I had really hoped. I was wondering how they would do, and I didn't get to weeding them in time, and the weeds completely overtook the patch, and I ended up killing some of the beets as I ripped some of the weeds out. So fail, but I'm gonna make pickled beets. So when those are ready, I'll just go out to the store and I'll buy a whole bunch of beets, and I'll just add those into the beets I buy from the store, and we'll make some pickled beets. So everything is really popping now. And yeah, what do you guys think? Not bad, eh? And we got the geotextile down in the pathways now with the straw on it. And I'm working on getting geotextile down some of the other pathways. So, all right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. Just thought you guys might want to see, because as I'm filming content, you're kind of only seeing bits and pieces of what's happening. So now here's a nice overview of everything in the garden. So have an awesome day, and grow good food. Be a revolutionary. Don't take no shit. I'll see you later.